Hi, Dr. Dyke Drummond here at thehappymd.com, and in this short video I'm going to show you 4 secrets to the most powerful word for work-life balance. That word is no. Whenever I'm working with a new coaching client, I often ask them how it is that they became so overloaded, so out of balance. Because it's really important to look back on how you got into the commitments that have caused the imbalance in the first place. The committees you may be on at work, the other activities and other committees you may have volunteered for at your children's school or in other community areas. How did this all start? And most of the time, the client that I'm talking to doesn't have a really good explanation for how they got started on these committees and these commitments in the first place. They don't remember saying yes, but they also know for sure they never said no. Well, now, why is that? Why are doctors so terrible at saying no? Well, first of all, we're conditioned to say yes, to take on other people's problems all the time. That's part of what our medical education was, to learn that the patient comes first, not me. So my automatic setting is going to be yes whenever I'm asked to do anything. And you know, it really does feel good too when somebody asks you to be on their committee or asks you for your help. It's a great ego stroke. So the odds are stacked against us saying no in the first place. So let me show you 4 tips on how you can learn to say no so that you can start setting up some life balance for yourself. Tip number 1 is practice. You have to actually practice saying no so that you get comfortable with a phrase that you can just spit out whenever you want to say no to somebody's inbound request. Best way to practice is actually to grab your spouse or your significant other and practice with them saying no. Have them play one of your partners or one of your patients, and you practice different phrases until you're comfortable. Or if you don't have a spouse or significant other, do this in the mirror, but do it enough that you're comfortable saying no. Nope, sorry, I'm not going to be able to help you there. No, I'm sorry, I've got a prior commitment. Nope, that's not going to work for me. How else can I help? Tip number 2 is to make sure you give yourself some time. If somebody comes up to you and asks you to be on a committee or do something for them, don't answer right away unless you feel comfortable saying no immediately. If you're tempted at all to say yes, stop and ask them to give you some time to think about it. Minimum 24 hours, a week is better. Hey, thanks so much for asking me. Let me think about that and check it out with my family, and I'll get back to you on Tuesday. Tip number 3 is always make sure you think thoroughly about what's in it for you. Check it out with yourself and with your family. And if there's no long-term benefit, either in your enjoyment or some other benefit to yourself or your family for this particular activity, well, your answer rightfully is no. There's got to be something in it for you to say yes in the first place. And tip number 4 is always make sure this is a zero-sum game. Here's what I mean. Whenever you say yes to something new, somebody's made a request of you, you've asked for some time, you've thought about it, you've checked it out with your family, and you're going to say yes, make sure that whenever you take on a new commitment, you automatically let go of an old one, so that it ends up being a zero sum. Otherwise, your workload is just going to continue to go up and up and up over time. And that's where the overwhelm comes in. So those are the 4 tips to the most powerful word of work-life balance. 1, practice. 2, make sure you give yourself time to make a decision. Don't say yes right away. Say no right away, but don't say yes right away. 3, go home, figure it out for yourself and your family. What's in it for you? Why would you want to participate? And if you say yes, make sure it's a zero sum and let something else go to make room for this new activity. That's all for now. I hope that these tips allow you to say no more often in the future and start to really claw back some of your life. Create some life balance for yourself. Dyke Drummond here at thehappymd.com. Keep breathing and have a great rest of your day.